Hello, for this review, we're going to go over the Dungeons and Dragons Warduke. This is the homage to the original action figure in the action figure colors, also part of the 50th anniversary of Dungeons and Dragons. So the packaging, very reminiscent and faithful to the original. Some very cool artwork on the side. You It's hard to tell, but I don't think you get as many accessories with this version. And also, as you can see through the blister, you get these very, I'm going to call them comic-y colors, very bright and solid colors. Evil action figures, that's kind of cool. And then on the back, we get a call out to the rest of the figures in the line. So looking at it like this, it kind of seems like Strongheart is supposed to be the initial release, but I'm pretty sure Warduke came out before Strongheart. Who knows? You also see that Zarek and Elkhorn will also be getting toy-specific designs. And at the bottom, you can see the original releases, same figures, just a little bit more accessories and more realistic paint applications. You'll notice the Wizards of the Coast down here at the bottom. And there's a little QR code that says playdnd.com. That's kind of cool. So there's your packaging. Pretty straightforward. Next, we'll take the figure out and we'll go over the figure and do some comparisons. So here we have Warduke out of the package. He gets his shield, silver with black inside the eyes and the nose. On the back side, the part that's meant to be leather is painted a dark brown, and the simulated bolts are silver. Get this nice figure looking sword. Nice green effect for the sword. And you get his two knives slash swords. As you can see, the sword fits in well. If you're not familiar with the original release, the harness, the necklace, all of this is kind of one piece. I don't know if the necklace is glued or if this really is all one piece, but functionally that is the way it's designed. Take a look at the back. Lots of paint on the back, which is nice. A lot of times companies will kind of bypass sprucing up the backside of the figure. It's cool that they went ahead and colored all this stuff. You got these red accents on the back. The buckle. The buckle is yellow. Um, there's lining on the strap. Probably did some kind of wash to achieve that. Otherwise, everything is flat. The paint is very flat everywhere to simulate that original action figure style. You get these brown straps and the yellow and red accents there. You can see the jewel on his boot and his hand. Let's just kind of move this a little bit. Brown on the inside to simulate leather. The straps and the buckles are painted. So even though this is a toyetic figure, they have painted a lot on here, a lot of detail. And the eyes, it's hard to see because they're set in the back, but the eyes are red, face is black. Articulation, pretty standard for Neca. and sculpt work is really good. I would almost say, seeing it in these bright colors almost makes a lot of the sculpt work stand out a lot more. I'm gonna finish putting his accessories on so we can see it like that. I'm not going to put this sword all the way in because it's a really tight fit. This one goes in really easily. There's a lot of wiggle room. This one isn't, and I don't want to potentially scrape any paint off. So let's do some comparisons. Here we've got the toy version of Strongheart. These look pretty cool. Especially like the way the face was done. It's got almost feels like a cartoon comic book type feel. Both of these characters, I believe, were in the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. I was a kid when that cartoon came out. I watched it every Saturday, but I haven't watched it since I was a kid. I don't remember the episodes. I remember some general things about it, but this definitely looks like it could jump off the cartoon series. So there's those two guys together. Now, I know these aren't really the same scale, but they look really good together. So you could display them this way. Now, I know Super 7's got figures coming out, and those would definitely scale better. The sculpting will be a little different as far as styling, but then again, I would say the Hasbro is too. So just something to think about. This can easily augment any Dungeons and Dragons collection you got right now. And then here he is with the original release. And yeah, they're the same figure. They have a lot of striking differences as far as the color. Obviously, you got a way a lot more stuff going on here. A lot of wash, a lot of metallic color to make him look realistic, but the sculpt, the figure is exactly the same. But it is nice to kind of look at these two and just see how those paint apps really make a big difference here. So I really enjoy this release. Uh, the line in general is great, and NECA is doing some really good work. And just for one more comparison, you could do that too. So not quite in scale. I don't know. You could fudge it. This character should be a little bit bigger. I mean, compared to Strongheart. Let's see. Yeah, they're close. Definitely in the same ballpark. Let's put the original release up here. Not much else to say other than really liking this figure. Um, I will say that even though this is comic book, I'm sorry, toy. I think there is still some wash on the skin areas. It's kind of hard to tell because the grooves are pretty deep. So this, it's no, this is definitely some wash. It's very subtle, but it helps make the muscles stand out. So I'm cool with that. Everything else you got these solid colors, and then on the skin you got that very subtle wash. So that's pretty nice. So there you have it. Great figure, great release. I didn't mention it, but the card backs are really thick, super, super thick. So if you're going to keep them in package, they'll be great. If you take them out of package, maybe you want to keep the card backs. But NECA's doing a great job. They're knocking it out of the park, and I applaud them for doing this, and I'm looking forward to the other figures. So that's our review. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time, and we've got some more reviews coming. Thank you.